Ilẹ̀ tó mọ́ wa lónìí, Sátidé àkọ́kọ́, Sátidé àkọ́kọ́ nínú oṣù Sẹ́pítẹ́mbà. Róṣàt náà ń pè bí àbáròpọ̀ orí ọ̀rọ̀ ilé yìí pẹ̀lú Alfa, bàbá wa Olúwo Yorùbá land. Àtẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa, Pító. Ó pọ̀ jù. Ẹ wo pásítọ̀ bóyá di káká di kúkú láàárọ̀ ẹ tún fẹ́ lọ ganu síbì kan àbí ẹ̀yin ẹ̀dàfà. Ẹ ṣáà ṣe dáadáa torí ẹ̀yin méjèèjì náà pè ń bẹ̀ kí ṣe pé kẹ́ ẹ máa fi ọ̀rọ̀ nara yín. Torí ẹ̀yin àfà ẹ̀yin pásítọ̀ àti àfà kí ló dé kì í ṣe aláìjà náà. Kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan méjì kì í ṣe torí pé ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn tẹ́ ẹ ń ṣe wáàsí fún owó. Ẹ fẹ́ káwọn tó pọ̀ wá sọ́dọ̀ yín káwọn eléyìí mọ̀ wá sọ́dọ̀ tìyẹn. Ọlọ́run ẹ fọlọ́run ṣẹ̀rí ọ̀rọ̀ yín o. Ẹ fẹ́ lọ ẹ ń ganu kiri báyìí. Kí lẹ wí? Àfà ẹ tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí. Mi dárúkọ yín pásítọ̀ mo bá sọ̀rọ̀. Àfà ẹ ṣọ́ ara yín láàárọ̀ yìí o. Ẹ má ganu sí mi. Ẹ má ganu sí mi láàárọ̀ yìí o. Ẹ mọ bẹ ṣe ń ganu ẹ mọ. Mo lẹ́ fẹ́ lọ ṣé bí ibẹ̀ wọ́n pè yín méjèèjì ni. Wọ́n pè yín méjèèjì, ẹ̀yin méjèèjì náà pè. Kí wá ní wọ́n pe pásítọ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀ pe àfà. Ẹ dẹ̀ síbi ìsìnkú tẹ́ fẹ́ lọ ṣe èmi dẹ̀ ń preach fún ẹ̀yin méjèèjì torí mo mọ̀ wà ẹ̀yin ẹlẹ́sìn dé yìí. Bó bá ti kọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹ, eléyìí ṣe máa gbà bí yín ṣe máa ṣe, ẹ máa fọ̀rọ̀ nara yín níbi wáàsí. Ẹ kóró kúrò. Ẹ gbàgbé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ṣe nìyẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ń ṣe nìyẹn. Ẹ máa ń ṣe nìyẹn. Ẹ mú àdúrà wá, kákòókò ọ̀run gbàdúrà fún wọ́n máa ń gbàdúrà fún àwọn òkú tó ti kú. A ní kí ìwà òkú nígbà téèyàn wà láyé kí ìwà ẹ̀ dáa. Òun là ń sọ fáwọn olóṣèlú orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ojú tó yọ bọ́jú kan. You can imagine. Bàbá wo? Ẹ bá ọmọ yín sínétọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. Irú Sanwó-Olú kó lọ rẹ́ǹtì jẹ́ẹ̀tì $25,000 kì í ṣe 25,000 naira o. Kì í ṣe 25 million o. Kì í ṣe 25 million for one day. Torí wípé ó fẹ́ lọ ṣe farewell fún Tinubu. Ó fẹ́ travel fún 10 days péré. Taxpayer money. Ẹ dẹ̀ sọ pé kí ọmọ ìlú kó wá máa san 5% ní orí epo tẹ́ ti yọ subsidy ẹ̀. Epo tó jẹ́ pé ọ̀fẹ́ lọ́lọ́run fún wa. A rí ìlú tí ò ní epo tí ò ní nǹkan kan tó jẹ́ pé tax tó ń gbà iná fi maintain ara wọn. Ẹ lọ wo Romania, ẹ lọ wo àwọn ìlú kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ìlú tó jẹ́ landlock gan wọ́n at least wọ́n gbìyànjú. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n bá yín sọ̀rọ̀, Ibrahim Traore landlock ní ìlú ẹ̀ ní Burkina Faso. Ó ń ṣe ìyá méje. Àwọn mainstream media àwọn á pa oríṣiríṣi lọ. Ẹ lọ wo àwọn tó lọ síbẹ̀, àwọn YouTubers tó lọ síbẹ̀ ní kòrókòró àì. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ nǹkan táwọn èèyàn ń sọ nípa ọmọkùnrin yẹn. Bàbá ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ojú tó yọ bọ́jú fọ. Àwọn gọ́vùnà tẹ́ ń kówó fún wọ̀nyí tẹ́ ń ṣe tẹ́ mọ àwọn tó bá ń ṣiṣẹ́. Wọ́n kàn ń parọ́ fún yín o. Irú eléyìí Sanwó-Olú ọ̀rẹ́ mi tó wá fò $25,000. $25,000 kó wá fi fò bá ẹ kó sọ pé kò ń fẹ́ lọ kó ń kàn fẹ́ juwọ́ sí ẹ pé wàá lọ láyọ̀ wàá bọ̀ láyọ̀. Kó kàn juwọ́ sí ẹ lásán. Hypocrisy ni gbogbo eléyìí. Ṣé árí mi ni Yorùbá ń pè é? Ṣé árí mi ni? It's just kì í ṣe kárí mi ní gbogbo ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ fẹ́ pa àwọn èèyàn run ni? Ẹ fẹ́ pa wọ́n run ni? Pẹ̀lú owó táàsì owó kìnìún kan. Àwọn gómìnà wọn ọ̀dẹ̀ ṣé nǹkan kan ẹ̀gbọ́n. They did nothing. Kàn náwó yẹn jẹ ni. Ìkan lọ́jọ́ sí ló lọ ṣe pátí àgbákàmọ́. Wọ́n kàn ń ṣe réré kiri. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ advice ẹ̀gbọ́n wọn àwọn advice wọn dáadáa. Àwọn sínétọ̀ ìdébẹ̀ wọ́n gbogbo òṣèlú rubbish. Ẹ bọ̀wọ́ lu lọ́ra jẹ́ẹ̀tì ẹ lọ ṣe kíní kan. Báwo lẹ ṣe expect káwọn ẹ̀ tún san 5% lórí epo tá a ní lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́? Ẹ gbé ṣánlẹ̀ o. Ẹ gbé ṣánlẹ̀ o. Kí ló dé? Ẹ fẹ́ pààyàn ni? Trump gbé tiẹ̀ lé wa lórí. Tá a ṣe ń send owó wọn ń yọ. Because what I send is labor total oúnjẹ fún wọn òbí èèyàn mọ́. Ara everybody wá kan. Mọ́ pé èèyàn gan nílé ẹ̀fẹ́ gbé kọ́ọ̀lù mọ́. Ó ní yín sìn oru 2 hours. Olúwa ẹ̀ tuntun jí ojú ẹ̀ bọ́ sọ́nà. Kí ló dé? Kí ló dé? Ẹ fẹ́ pàlúrú ni. Ẹ̀yin lẹ̀ ń fò kiri. Sanwó-Olú lọ $25,000 ló lọ gba yín tó lọ gba kíní tó lọ gba jet lọ́jọ́ kan. Taxpayer money. Kí ló ṣe yín? Owó bàálù ti fò sókè. Ẹ tún wá fẹ́ fowó lé. Ẹ má ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ bá àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n máa tú ìlú ilé yín lórí o. Ó máa ń dé stage kan táwọn èèyàn ò ní kíyà mọ́. Wọn ò ní bẹ̀rù ìbọn.
The reports of a planned 5% surcharge on petrol and diesel sales has sparked debate among citizens. The chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, says the levy is not new. In an interview on facts about the new tax laws of the country with the State House last month, he explained that it is provided for in the Federal Road Maintenance Agency Amendment Act 2007.
Explains it. There's a law that was enacted some years back with a surcharge on fuel under the FEMA Act. This is a provision that is now in the new tax law, and it does not take effect as of January 2026. I know some people have been giving wrong information about this. What is in the new tax law is that this surcharge will take effect on a date in the future based on an order to be released by the Minister of Finance. And we do know that Minister of Finance is responsible enough to determine when it's appropriate to do so. The intention is to earmark and dedicate the revenue from this tax into providing transport infrastructure that can reduce the cost of transporting items, logistics, and overall bring down inflation for the Nigerian people.
There you have it. Mr. Taiwo Oyedele is the chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee. Now, as opposition mounts against the proposed 5% tax on fuel and diesel, I'm now joined by, in other words, Nigerians have watched, I want you to land on that point. So
Nigerians have watched the cost of living go up. They are barely able to survive. So the question is, if you're asking Nigerians to sacrifice more by demanding an extra 45 naira per litre of PMS in Nigeria for about actual true north of consumption, 32 million litres per day. What is the government sacrificing? Tinubu came in 2023 and the first thing he did was to buy a new jet for 150 billion. What's the moral hazard? What are you telling Nigerians? How is a father telling his child to do something and he is not showing example?
Okay.
So the moral hazard the government has today is that Nigerians don't trust anything the government says until they see.
Great, because
it trickles down, you know. Let the government account for the revenues it gets first. Let the politicians in Abuja, I mean, look, the president was going to France for holidays for 10 days, and Sanwo-Olu, I don't know what he had to do in Abuja. To rent a jet for 1 day is $25,000. Sanwo-Olu and the governor of Imo State flew to Abuja to bid the president farewell.
Oh, we cannot say what they were doing exactly in Abuja.
It's taxpayers' money. It's money that belongs to the people. Are politicians in Nigeria showing Nigerians that they mean well? It's not talk, it's action. So if the resources that are given to you, how are you using the resources?
Okay.
How are you coming to ask for an extra 45 naira per litre?
So if I get you, you're saying that this is not even about timing for you. It is that the money exists elsewhere and they can use it, because you keep asking where's the subsidy savings. Are you saying subsidy savings is enough to construct this road?
And this is why in the domestic crude allocation, I believe that
I put you in a rather difficult situation. Perhaps not what you at this age, what you probably will imagine you'll be in, but it's going to be a very few minutes of feeling like that. Let's assume that you are President Olisa Agbakuba, President of Nigeria. Just for a moment, imagine it. And for all you have analyzed, President Olisa Agbakuba, what would you do to Nigeria today if you were the president?
The first thing I'll do is to dismantle the Constitution. That's the first thing I'll do. I'll dismantle the Constitution. I'll call in the elders, social elders, religious elders, traditional elders, political elders, and say, I'm in trouble. Things are not working. What can we do? I'll have a frank conversation and say, I'd like to make Nigeria a place where everybody feels equal. And the only way I can do it is to take government to the roots. There are things I can't do that I see in the Constitution. I don't want to do them. So I would like to have a situation where I distribute power and pass a new constitution. And in fact, I see a model. I see the 1963 model. Can we have that so that the regions will have its space? MKO once told me when I visited him that one of the ways in which he had peace was he never allowed any wife to dominate. So if wife A wanted to cook okra soup for the kids, that's fine. Another one wants to cook amala, that is fine. But if you decide to have one central wife who says today is rice and beans, but most of the children don't want it, then there's a problem. So decentralization is the way to go.
Sadly, your reign as president is over. And unfortunately, I made you president in 1 minute, and you've told us what you will do. But now, do you think that the original president, President Bola Tinubu, has the political will or could do what you have described now?
I don't see why not. Bola Tinubu is a great friend of mine, and we used to talk very much in the democracy during the struggle. And I don't see what's holding him, honestly. I think he has the will and the capacity to carve his name in history. There is not President Tinubu reducing his powers and strengthening the states and the local government will not make him less President Tinubu. It will make him more effective. You know what I always tell people who are my friends in politics? I say, you guys spend too much politicking. Every night you are cavorting in rooms and all that. But there's something very simple you can do. Win the hearts and minds of people. It's the easiest way. Win people by being good. Deliver schools, deliver hospitals, deliver good jobs. They will not forget you. They will in fact line up and vote for you because you are the man who did not ask anything from them. But if you think you can keep buying, because you know the game of Nigerian politics is to buy the votes and to read. You know that. That's why every time we are over clubbing the courts with petitions, why can't politicians, and for the life of me, I don't understand it. I'm a political leader. God has allowed me the opportunity to govern people. I will do good by them. That's how they will love me. That's the reason they will come back and say, we want you to continue. That's the easiest way to get into government and to continue for the 8 years that you are there. Why would you, when you are elected, not do anything? Well, it beats me. It beats me. I don't understand it. Why come to office in the first place?
Yeah. Let me allow you. You said the president is your very good friend. He's getting into his second year of his reign as president. And if you are to tell him something tonight about the way our country is, and you have said earlier today that we urgently need to take action for our country to move forward. Let's assume Mr. President Bola Tinubu is watching you tonight. What would you be telling him right now?
Yes. But I've told him. I've told him.
What did you tell him?
I told him Nigeria's constitution needs to be reviewed, reworked, remodeled, and designed in a way to suit our democracy and our people, number one. Two, I've told him that we should practice what I call economic nationalism. Money is in the hands of too few people. I don't want to go into the issue of what happens in our oil governance because nobody will believe it. So I'll just leave that one. But when money in Nigeria is in the hands of too few, there's a problem. Let's have a system to distribute wealth equitably, maybe not equally, equitably. Let everybody feel the impact of government. That's what I will tell him. And that's what I told him. I gave him 10 points. 10 points.
But what was his response?
I will call you.
Did he say that he was going to do any of those things?
He said, He said that he will call me. I'm waiting for the call. I'm waiting for the call.
How long was this?
And
How long was
President
this?
Tinubu, this was actually at Akpabio's birthday celebration in Abuja, where I gave the keynote speech. And I gave them 10 points that if they put in place will change Nigeria. It's not difficult to make Nigeria work. That's the problem.
2027
Yes.
is going to be another milestone. Either we like it or not. If nothing changes, the merger, the coalition, and you were very frank, and you don't like the manner in which what happened in Delta PDP happened. But those who are saying that status quo will be retained if opposition does not get serious. Looking at the crystal ball, what do you see for 2027?
I see a completely weakened opposition, which has started, unfortunately. If I have to be realistic, I don't see the opposition. I don't see it, because if the opposition wanted to win my heart, I mean, in Romania yesterday, there was a big debate as to whether a pro-Trump president will win. The reverse happened. A pro-European president won because he engaged the people. I don't see the opposition engaging anybody except carpet crossing and defecting. So where's the policy? If you wanted to say we are ready to be in government, where is the message? It's not coming across. That's the problem. Nothing is coming across. The signals are blurred. The radio is not tuned properly. So Nigerians are not hearing. If the opposition thinks that they're making any sense, I better tell them tonight they're not. And if they think they have a chance for 2027, they have 2 years to wake up. But if the answer is to keep defecting, that's not going to help Nigerians, because it will not strengthen democracy. It will rather weaken it. And that's the big shame. So in reality, the real challenge is, where are those people who are prepared to sacrifice to be in the opposition and make it work? That is the challenge.
The electoral process in this country,
Nigeria can work.
Yeah, the electoral process in this country is one area that gives a lot of people worry. You've identified that we've been unfortunate with the quality of leadership in this country. If you have visionless leaders, purposeless leaders, leaders without focus, the nation can never move forward. But what about election? The process that brings these people to power, how do we fix that?
The process that brings these people to power is unfortunate.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n, àwọn tó ń bá ẹ ṣiṣẹ́ yìí olórí tó pọ̀ nù wọn sà. Ẹ lọ reshuffle cabinet yín, ká ẹ delete àwọn wèrè wọ̀nyí dànù. Ṣé rí iná tẹ́ ẹ sọ wípé tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ṣe náà yẹn, kán má vote ní second term. Ẹ mọ̀ wípé mùsùlùmí òdodo ni yín, ni ìyàwó yín pastor. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí bàbá wó sọ sí. Wọ́n ní kán fògúnládé búra fún yóò Ògúnlákáyé Ọ̀ṣùnmọ̀lẹ̀ tẹ́ bá ń bọ̀ lẹ́lẹ́kejì. Ògúnlákáyé wọ́n fi ṣe búra kí ẹ̀mí yín máa gbé. Kan tó yẹ kẹ́ máa lò ní kẹ́ máa mú omi ìbọn, ẹ̀yin politician kẹ́ máa fún lómi ìbọn. Báyìí ni ìlú yìí lè ṣẹ́jú, torí tẹ́ bá ti ṣe kinní báyìí pé èèyàn á kàn já látòkè, wọn ní mọ̀ nǹkan tó já. Nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi, Ọlọ́run ti dáàánú jù. Ẹ wo ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, máa padà wá. Tó bá ní kẹ́ ẹ wá náà wá, tẹ́jú bàbá Musa Pàtàkì ọ̀nà lẹ́wọ̀ ara rẹ̀ bàjẹ́ ò dàbọ̀.